I like that song. I think it's kind of cool. So, Samantha is a speaker, consultant, and coach. She travels all over the world, empowering people using her gifts, her talents, and her abilities to inspire people and empower people all over the world. As my client, I am so very proud of her, and I'm proud of the fact that I get to walk alongside her while she's doing all these amazing things. And recently, she shared with me the news that last year, as an entrepreneur, she made $197,000, y'all, in income. And I said, "That's awesome." And she said, "No, it is not." I said, "Why? How is $197,000 a year not good news?" She said, "Because my expenses were $221,000. And I don't know where the money I made went. And I don't know what I spent it on. Like, how come I have so much more expenses than I have income?" My accountant looks at the numbers and I don't. What is wrong with me? I felt so bad for her, but I could relate. Can you? It's tax season. And for some of us, that means that everything we've been avoiding and running from as it relates to our finances is now at our doorstep. And even though you knew, I knew, we all knew this would have been and should have been handled last year, you may be also saying, like Samantha, "What is wrong with me?" Welcome to Dignity in Dollars Live, where we reclaim our dignity and build wealth to make income and impact in our communities. I am MarieYolaine, your financial dignity coach and the founder of Focus Fire, a safe place for you to talk about your money stories, heal from your money trauma, and master your money. Today, we're talking about something many people quietly struggle with: not looking at your numbers. And I want to be clear, avoidance doesn't mean you're irresponsible. It usually means money feels emotionally unsafe. Most of us learned about money as children, and if money was unsafe for you as a child, it is unsafe for you as an adult and can wreak havoc on your financial decision making. Avoidance often feels like the answer when we feel like there's no way out of a situation. So we're just going to ignore it. We're not going to look at it right now. Or we say we are going to look at it, but it becomes like kicking a can down the road, and we just keep kicking it down the road. We never stop to pick up the can. That is why avoidance often feels like the answer. But avoidance has a cost. Whether you are a professional, an entrepreneur, side hustler, or business owner, your relationship with money impacts your life and your business. So let's look at the emotional cost. Avoiding your numbers creates low-grade anxiety. You know what I'm talking about. The tightness in your chest when you think about looking at your bills, the tightness in your chest when you think about what you have to do with your money, that you have to keep receipts, that you have to get it to the accountant, that you have to make a budget. And as you think about those things, arguably, hyperventilation could happen. It happened for me before I got the money piece I got now. But the mere thought of thinking about money, not even actually doing the action and handling it, just thinking about it, stressed me all the way out. So by the time I sometimes calm myself down, I was too tired to even do the thing that I was building up the courage to do. So I know about the tightness in the chest. And you, my friend, need financial peace. because that is what will get rid of the tightness in your chest and the anxiety. Then there's uncertainty. Do I have enough money? What if I lose my job? What if something happens and we have an emergency? Do I have enough money in the account? I heard you're supposed to have 3 months or 6 months. I don't have no months. And I don't know if I'm going to get a raise this year. Everything seems so uncertain. And I just don't feel like I have a good grip on my life. And since money pays such a huge, big deal, right? So you pay money for your rent, for your mortgage, for your food, for your phone, for your car insurance, for laundry. And that doesn't even include, hey, I want to go on vacation, or I want to go see a movie, or I want to go out tonight. All of these things, it plays a huge role. And when you're uncertain, you usually deny yourself. So just in case, I'm not going to go out. I'm not going to meet my friends for dinner. I'm not going to go on the vacation. So I'm just going to deny myself all of these things and thinking that that will fix it. It doesn't. You're just living in uncertainty. And I'll sprinkle that with a little fear. What kind of life is that? Then there is decision fatigue. You just feel that there are so many things you have to think about and decide on that you just get tired. Or it's a very big decision and you're running around the building 17 times trying to get the courage to go in. Same thing with your finances. Then you just get tired. And then you just, as we say, bijvag, like, I'm just not even going to look at it. And then the next day, because the thing about money, when you have a adversarial, unsafe, combative relationship with it, it's like Groundhog's Day. You just start over again the next day, right? So I see the pile. I didn't do anything about it. I said I was going to do something about it. I talked about doing something about it. I did not do anything about it. It's now too late. It's 10 o'clock. I can't do numbers after 10 o'clock. I'm already stressed out. I'm already tired. I'm going to do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow, because there's no plan, there was no time allocated, we start over. Decision fatigue. Then the shame loops. That's probably the worst. Where after I've said all of these things that I was going to do, then I did not do them. So now I'm a horrible person. And then I tell myself what a horrible person I am because I'm not addressing my finances. And if, my God, if anybody found out, they would think I'm incompetent. I can't tell anybody about this because everyone thinks I have it together. Like, it's a loop. And I should have learned about this when I was in high school. I should have learned about it in college. I should have learned about it with my first job. I should have. And I'm just ashamed. I'm ashamed to ask for help. I'm ashamed to look at the financials. So you know what I'm going to do? Avoid them. And again, it's like a quiet suffering on the outside because nobody can see it. But in here, it's just a raging fire of shame. We shouldn't have to live like that. You are not free when you don't know. Say it again. You're not free when you don't know. That you're not dealing with this does not mean you're free. You're bracing. That's what you're doing. You're locked in because somewhere in the back of your mind, you know this is coming. All you've been doing is delaying it or dodging a bullet, which is why it impacts everything like that we think about during the day. You are not free when you don't know. You're bracing. Carl, one of the members of our Focus Fire community, sent me this text. He said, "Good morning, family. Just found a subscription, canceled it, and a charge I didn't make. This is because I no longer fear looking at my accounts." That's awesome, isn't it? He's put in the work. He's been in the community for over 6 months now. And this person is completely different than the person that started. This is the person who did not know that he had 17 credit cards. until he listed them all, pulled them out from multiple different places, and then actually put what the um, amounts were, what the total line of credit was, what the amounts that were due, the amounts that were left, what the percentage was. These were things that used to terrify him. But the thing about this kind of fear is like a Band-Aid. You got to just rip it off. One hair at a time, not a good way to go. Once he saw that and started to pay off this credit card, then the second credit card, then the third credit card, he became more emboldened in his own life. So his money stopped mastering him and he started mastering his money. So I don't want you to leave this session thinking it's magic and fairy dust. It's not. Neither miracles. It's work. And when you work the system will work for you. When you work the framework will work for you. This is what we talk about in the workshop, the Mastering Money workshop, as well as the Financial Liberation Bootcamp. These 4 keys of your mindset, measure, excuse me, that we talk about in the workshop. And then we move on into the bootcamp where we add, manage, and multiply to that. These 4 M's change your life. And again, this is how you get peace. And speaking of this, here's some statistics for you. Studies show that nearly 60% of adults avoid checking their bank accounts regularly due to anxiety or stress around money. Avoidance is common, but it's not neutral. So here's another example. Linda, another Focus Fire community member who regularly now checks her bank account. Something again, she was like, it's too much. It's too many things to look at in places. All of the things I said, anxiety, shame, decision fatigue, all of it. She had all of those things. But sitting down quietly, she took out the debt-free form and she listed them. And she said she could literally feel the tightness in her chest releasing. And then she started to check her account a couple of times a month, every 2 weeks, once a week. Now she's in it daily. So in one of those days, she noticed a monthly paycheck had not been auto-deposited into her account. She knew this could be catastrophic when all her auto pay bills would hit her account with no money in it. As I said, she's a Focus Fire Financial Liberation Bootcamp alum, so she was ready. And this is what she posted in our group. She said, let me share a quick testimony about why the debt-free chart is so important. All of our income, hers and her husband's, for the month had not hit our account due to many clerical screw-ups at the bank and at the place where they usually get their direct deposits. She said, I'm talking about at least $15,000. Most of our bills are due between the 4th and the 10th of the month. All bills are on auto pay instead of bill pay. I went to the bank and they said there was nothing they could do, but advised me to go home and cancel all the auto pays and then put them on bill pay. But who has the time for that? I used the debt-free chart and started calling and gathering all the info needed to add all accounts to bill pay. If I didn't call and cancel the auto pay, bills would have started hitting my account and the overdraft would have kicked in to the tune of $35 each. That would have been hundreds and possibly thousands of dollars because they do try your account multiple times. And every time they tried, they would have charged me $35. So stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Lordy. Great balls of faith. So what is the debt-free chart, you may ask? I'm glad you asked. So one of the teachings along with budgeting and money management is our debt-free form. And that is a form that you use to put everything that's a penny or more that you pay on that is more than a month. For most people, that's either mortgage, car note, a credit card that you owe more than just paying it off for the month, dental bills. I think I might have said student loans, those kinds of things. So these are all of the things that she had all over the place. And she sat down and she listed them all. Had she not done that, because that took hours and then days, because she still had to go find receipts and other bills that she was like, I don't think this is all of them. She had to also make the calls to find out, is this the actual balance that's due? How many times she had paid? What is the current balance? And at that time, when she was done, she was done. So she was clear on what was owed, to whom it was owed, and when it was due. Had she not had that, she did not have time that day to spend a week to get that form together. And it saved her because she was able to quickly switch things around, because the bank was telling her she would eventually get the $15,000, but not before her bills hit her account. So that allowed her to shift some money around, change some of the due dates on her debt-free form, and voila, no overdraft. But even before that, I want to call to your attention that if she was avoiding looking at her bank account and her debt-free form, she wouldn't have even known this was going to happen. And it would have happened. And by the time she checked it, it would have been a disaster. So as she said, get ready so you don't have to stay ready, so you don't have to get ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready, especially when it comes with your finances. Here's another stat for you. Research shows that financial stress is consistently ranked as a top cause of anxiety and sleep disruption, even more than work stress. Can you imagine? I thought people would be more stressed out about work than they are about anything. Turns out I'm wrong. Money stresses people out even more than their jobs, considering the job is where they usually get their money. So already that's a huge light bulb going off. Avoidance doesn't remove stress, it extends it. In life, you pay at the front end and you pay at the back end. The only difference is at the back end, you pay more. And you pay more because you avoided it. Here is dealing with it. Here is late fees, is overdraft fees, on top of what you already owed. It's almost like punishment, because here you did know. But the time that it took you to get here, oh, they're going to charge you for that. Here's another one. People who review their finances weekly are significantly more likely to stay within their spending goals, reduce their debt faster, and increase their savings consistently. So this is the benefit of not avoiding, because you'll stay on top of your goals, which every time I'm a checklist-oriented person. So when I check off something I've done, I'm like, celebrate good times. Come on. I really do that. And I'm like, thank you, Lord. That's a win. More bees, please. It actually releases endorphins because you're happy because you have accomplished something. As opposed to the same thing every day and not accomplishing it. That will wear you down as well. So awareness changes outcomes. If you want a different outcome, then become aware of the item that you need to address in your finances. And this one's my favorite, the hidden leaks. When you don't look at your numbers, subscriptions go unnoticed. Like Carl said earlier, right? So there was a charge on there he had not approved, and there was a subscription that he canceled. And you might be saying, Coach MarieYolaine, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. What am I paying? $5? Okay, so you do the math. $5 times 12 months for 3 years. You feel it now? Yeah, it's hundreds of dollars that you could have used for something else. And the thing is, these subscriptions, we're not actually even using them. So you're just giving them free money. So checking your subscriptions monthly is important, because what we do is we hit the subscription to get it, but then we do not follow by taking that and putting it on our budget. So we know that every month, $5, $10, $9.99, whatever it is coming out. And then 3 months later, you can actually say to yourself, am I really using this subscription? I'm not. So let me get rid of it. So simple. You do that at the top of the year or in December, and you were paying $10, that's $120 you just saved yourself for the next year. $120 is real money. So subscriptions that go unnoticed. Number one, fees compounded. They are not paying attention to you. It's on auto. If you do not pay, the fees just get added one on top of the other. One way I see this being used is when they do those, furniture companies do this a lot, where you can purchase a dining room set, living room set for $19.99. And it's for 2 years, and they'll give you the credit card that goes with it. And as long as you're making monthly payments and you pay it off within the 2 years, then you're good. But again, oftentimes folks do not put that on their budget to see it, even if you're not paying it, right? They're not putting anything away. But trust me when I tell you, the finance charges, they are calculating them. The interest is being compounded. So if you do not pay the $19.95 before the end of the grace period that they have given you, they are going to add all of those fees. So what could have been $19.95 if you had paid it with your system, arguably mine, you're now paying $2,500. And again, just because you're avoiding looking at the statement that they send you. And I know what the voices are saying, you got 2 years, it's not that big of a deal. I think we can all agree that time is moving very fast. So lickety split, all of a sudden 2 years is gone and you owe these people $2,500. And unless you have $2,500 sitting around, and most folks don't. So all of this could be alleviated by you not avoiding and practicing checking your accounts regularly. The same way you can practice avoidance, you can practice checking your accounts. And here's another one that I know all of us know. Emotional spending increases when you don't look at these leaks. Emotional spending is the, I deserve this, I'm going to get this dress. I'm going to get these shoes. I'm sad, so I'm going to go shopping. I'm happy, so I'm going to go shopping. I broke up with my boyfriend, going to go shopping. My boss got on my nerves, I'm going to go shopping. These are all Band-Aids. That's all they are. You will feel the high of the shopping, I promise you. I know. But it doesn't last, because the situation will still be the situation after you've purchased the shoes, the clothes, the car, the boat, whatever it is that you're going to purchase. It's not going to change. Avoiding the situation doesn't change the situation. Facing the situation changes the situation. And then opportunities are missed. There could have been an opportunity for you when the bill came that they're like, hey, we can work out a payment plan. But you didn't want to open up the envelope because you didn't want to know what was inside. And now that opportunity is gone. Now they want it all in full. Or had you been saving that $120 because you canceled that subscription, an opportunity came that you could have used that money for, but not going to be able to do it. Because again, you're paying these people $5 a month. These are all alleviated by us looking at our accounts. And it's good to have accountability too. If it's your partner, let them know what you are doing and that you all should do it together. Your children also should be learning. Money is important. It doesn't grow on trees. Here's where it came from. Here's how we spend it. Here's how much your shoes cost. Here's how much school costs. If they're old enough to ask you for things that cost money and they're old enough to spend money, then they are old enough to learn about money. you'll be doing them a great, great service. But you can also teach them how to avoid. And I know you don't want to do that, which is why you should come to the workshop, because that'll help you to have all of the information that you need in order, again, to master your money without a budget you hate. And when we have peace with our money, we want to share it with everyone because we want them to have that peace too. And that could be something that really a legacy that you give to your children of having good money management habits and money peace. You can pass that down. So, small leaks create long-term limitations. Buttoning up those leaks, well, that's how you get long-term success, abundance, increase. So what does actual freedom look like? It starts with awareness, and awareness is self-care. So I want to leave you with 3 actions that you can employ today, because I don't want to burden you, right? Because sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, I really want to get my money together. And we get 10 books and we get 10 hours of stuff we got to watch on YouTube, and there's 14 workbooks, and then we're tired. I believe in eating this elephant one little bite at a time until it's gone. Because the person that you'll be after you employ these lessons, after you master your money, after you stop avoiding, is a whole other person that you're going to love looking in the mirror, because you'll be like, I did that. And you should feel good about yourself. So, number 1, schedule a 10 to 15 minute money date with yourself. Put it on your calendar and honor it. That is how you restore dignity to yourself. No one can do that for you. You have to restore your own dignity. You get to restore your own dignity, starting with keeping promises to yourself. And this is a great way to do it. 10 to 15 minutes. Also, keep it consistent. If it's Mondays, 9 to 9:15, that's what it is. And this is not to fix everything, just to look, because sometimes that's where we need to start. You put it on your calendar as a reoccurring date with yourself. Make it a safe time so people aren't calling you from all over the place and that you won't be interrupted. And make it consistent. This is how we become safe with our money, because we're safe with ourselves and we're keeping our promises we made to ourselves. It actually all starts in here. Once we build ourselves up, interestingly enough, we will be able to teach other people how to treat us, because that's how we treat ourselves. And we can also teach those people how to treat themselves. Because oftentimes it's not that people are good or bad, it's just that they're hurt, that they have trauma. It does not excuse bad behavior, but at least it gives you the power and the resources and the information of how to address them without losing your dignity and your self-respect. So make that date with yourself and keep it. Action number 2. Look for or identify one financial leak. Look for auto renewals, late fees, and impulse pattern. If you look at your monthly statement, I promise you, it'll take you like 5 minutes. You scan down, you're like, oh my goodness, I go to Chick-fil-A a lot. I go to Chipotle a lot. Oh my gosh, I've spent this much money on shoes? Or why am I consistently paying this bill late? I have the money to pay for it. Let me put it on auto pay. These are small things that you can do that will have a huge impact, not just on your finances, but on you feeling kind of good that you're on top of your money, right? So auto renewals, late fees, impulse patterns. Close one leak. That starts momentum. Action number 3, my fave. Replace judgment with data. So instead of, I'm bad with money, say, this is information. Just like Carl and Linda, when they put all of their information in the budget in the debt-free chart, it was information. It wasn't judgment. Because Carl could have looked at the debt-free chart and said, oh my God, I have 15 credit cards. I'm a horrible person. One does not correlate with the other. The data is, I have 15 credit cards. What do I want to do about that? Is that okay with me? Do I want to get down to 10 credit cards? Now that I know how much I owe, how many of them do I want to pay off to increase my credit score so that I can go on vacation next year? So you see the difference? One of them is very condemning, shut down, lack, closed off. Whereas with data, it is open, it is abundant. You get an opportunity to make better decisions because you have better data. And that's what we want, because information creates power to create a process. So what does the Bible say? With the multitude of counselors is a good decision made. So once he had that data, he came to me. And then we created his whole 90-day shame-free spending flow, which is what we call budgets around here. And that, at the end of those 90 days, he had money saved, he had paid off 5 credit cards, and he was feeling really good about himself because of the data. And then he sought help. And then he did it with no shame because he was in a safe environment. You deserve that for yourself, to be in a safe environment where you can ask your questions, get the answers that you need so that you can move forward. Claim your power and create processes that work for you. So, freedom doesn't start with more money. It starts with honesty, being honest with ourselves. Because I'm telling you, the bank, the car folks, that's what I was going to say, right? The dealership, anyone that you owe money to, they know who you are. They've already judged you. They've already made their decision about you. You need to do the same, and you will give yourself much more grace than they are. So you don't need more money. You need to be more honest with yourself about your money. And truthfully, honesty with yourself is one of the most dignified acts you can take for you. And the thing is, when you start to do it, you're going to like it. And you're going to want to do more of these acts and being more honest with yourself. And I'm telling you, the soul space that will open up, oh my gosh, you could drive a Mack truck through it. Because it's all that gook, all that minutia, all that clutter. Again, most of it not even your fault. Because this is what we grew up in. And then we just go on autopilot. And then we go into avoidance. But I believe that you want a better life, that you want more peace, that you want courage to face these things and to be in a community, be surrounded by people who are chasing the same thing, who want to have financial peace, that want to have money peace, money healing, and have a better relationship with their money. So if you're ready to move from avoidance to clarity and build a system that supports your real life, a life you really want to live, I invite you to join my Master Your Money Without a Budget You Hate workshop. Inside, we create financial structure without shame or restrictive budgeting. So when you're ready, I'd love to support you and introduce you to an amazing community of people who, without any judgment, are all helping each other because we're all going in the same direction and we all want to get to that place. So I'm here not to create competition. I'm here to create community because I believe there's enough for all of us. We all can win. There doesn't have to be any losers as it relates to financial literacy, money management, and money peace. There's enough peace for everybody. So registration is opening soon. Follow me at Focus Fire Life on Instagram and Focus Fire on Facebook to stay in the loop. I hope you got something out of today, because I know that something that I said has resonated with someone who wants to change the way that they've been living, who wants to change their relationship with their money. If that's you, reach out. You do not have to continue on this. There is so much more wonderfulness on the other side of changing your relationship with money. So, thank you for choosing awareness today. Thank you for choosing to be with me today. I pray healing over you and your finances. I pray overflow for you to meet your needs, the needs of the causes you're passionate about, and the needs of the people you care about. I encourage you to speak financial blessings over yourself. Deuteronomy 8:18 says, "Remember, it is the Lord your God who gives you the power to produce wealth." That was the blessing over Samantha's life and her business. But it comes with the responsibility to manage the blessing. So go, get out there, reclaim, restore, transform, and inspire. Remember, what you desire, you deserve. I'll see you next week on Dignity and Dollars.